Hi, I'm Lil,
G'day, I'm AJ,
and this little guy is Archie.
and together we're Check Oz Out, and we're converting our bus Indy into a motorhome.
Okay, so what we're doing today is stripping out everything we can. So we've already taken out the seats. We'll get onto the heaters soon. They're quite difficult, so we'll probably do them after we just get rid of some of the bits and pieces like these fire extinguisher holders and the seat belts, which are screwed in from the bottom of the bus. So we'll have to get underneath and hold them steady while we unscrew them from here. So a little bit of progress today, day one. Fun so far, but let's see if it'll get old. So you can see with these seat belt things how they're bolted into the floor. On the other side, it's quite difficult because so that's that bolt there, but underneath the bus is this plate, metal plate, which has a bolt on the other side. So we need to go in from underneath the bus, hold this still, while up here we're loosening this bolt. The trouble is it's quite hard to access these nuts, underneath. It proves quite difficult to lock them off in order to loosen this bolt. It's taking forever. I've got about, 20 seat belts, probably 20 to 30 nuts and bolts that we need to loosen. So we'll be here for quite a while. Didn't anticipate this. Alright, so we came here today to angle grind off the remaining seat belts that are proving difficult to unscrew. So we're going to angle grind the tops off them and get the bolt out that way. But our angle grinder's just gone on us. We're not sure whether it's the battery, so we're going to try the batteries later on. But in the meantime, we're pulling off these wall panels. Just a bit of fiberboard or something, and they're just held into the bus. These just little plastic wall clipping things, and they just pop right off. So it's quite easy to remove. After that, we'll get into the ceiling. We're going to remove all of these, the air outlets and the lights, and then pull off the ceiling. And then hopefully the angle grinder will work again, and we can get into the floors after that. So after we've removed the speakers and the lights from the ceiling, we need to go around and remove the trimming. Also have to remove this seat belt brace. So remove the trimming all the way around, and then obviously we'll have to negotiate things like the visors here. So yeah, go all the way around, and then we should be able to pull or cut a bit of both the ceiling. Ceiling lining. The next job will be to obviously get rid of this old insulation. Apparently some of this old stuff is quite flammable, so better off to remove it and replace it. But before we do that, we left our masks at home, so we're going to go back and get those before we start removing this stuff out. So we tried to get the insulation off by hand, the insulation on the roof. It's very difficult. It's glued on, so a lot of the fur and stuff stays. So we tried paint scrapers and chisels and other things, and all that does is scratches the metal, which is bad because it can rust. I'll show you a close-up of that later. So we tried a few things, didn't work. Then luckily we had a great recommendation from Luke and Jess, As We Wander, on Instagram. Check them out. They've done a really cool bus conversion, and they recommended one of these bad boys, which is a caramel wheel. And you simply put it onto your drill, and what it does is it basically not sands but pulls off all the excess fluff. And we'll show you what the result is. It just makes it a much tidier, much cleaner finish. It doesn't get rid of all the glue, but it definitely gets rid of all the excess fluff of the insulation, which is what you want to get rid of, because apparently it can be quite flammable. So we just pulled out the floor, well, the vinyl covering on the floor, I should say. As you can see, it's quite tacky. There's a lot of glue, but it wasn't too hard to pull off. So what we first did was go around all the edges, unscrew all the trimming, remove all of the hatches. So the vinyl covering of the floor was completely free, and then pulled it off. It's sitting up there. As you can see underneath is the subfloor. Actually doesn't look too bad. There's some bad areas, but we'll likely replace all this anyway. Not bad for a couple of hours work today to get the floor up. That was our goal. We've managed to do that, which is good.